Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome in for your weekly reading for the week of February 14th through February 21st. Happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate. My name is Joy Giovanni, Joyful Medium. I help people get clear guidance and messages from loved ones on the other side or from their own soul about circumstances of their own life. Let's dive right into this weekly reading. And I have to be honest with you guys. We're not a doom and gloom group over here. I really try to give the positive outlook and things that we can be working on. This week's spread looks challenging. So we're gonna dive into it together. We're gonna pick it apart together. My intention is never to spread negativity or fear in any way. So keep that in mind as we're going through this spread, because like I said, it does look a little challenging, but the truth is our human experience is not always warm and fuzzy and fun and feeling like we're on a tropical vacation, right? We have challenging moments so that we can grow and we can make choices and things can become clear. And it feels like that is the vibe of this week. So this first card we have seen before. This is Four of Swords. This card indicates rest, taking a break, taking a rest. The cards look a little bit overwhelming. So if you are finding yourself feeling overwhelmed, feeling uncertain, feeling, I don't know, whatever you're feeling, see if there's a way that you can take a break, get a little respite for yourself. Maybe it's about turning off and unplugging if you can. If there's just too much coming at you, it's not in a way of avoidance, right? But it's in a way of taking care of ourselves, self-care. So just in whatever way you can, if you look at this person, they really just look exhausted. And these swords I know can look a little bit scary, but they're not. It's just about getting a rest, taking a break to bring us into balance, not just in our bodies, but in our mind, in the way that we're thinking about things. We're expending a lot of mental energy trying to figure it out and make things work in this little phase. And it's just not working. This isn't something we're going to be able to like figure out with our mental strength. So give your mind a break. Getting in nature can also be really lovely for this if you are in a part of the world that is not frozen over with winter right now, or even just looking out into nature, but getting a break. Okay. This next card is Temperance, which is another way of saying balance. If you know what temperance is, or if you can see this little picture here, this person is pouring one cup's liquid into the other until they become the same temperature or the same mixture, the same contents, right? This card has to do with a temporary situation, while this card is more about in our life path in general, like our overall life's journey and coming into balance, right? And this can be in lots of areas. This can be balanced about what we take in from other people versus what we research ourselves. This can be having to do with how we expend our energy. This can be making sure that we're not just giving and never having anything come back to us in return. This can also be having to do with just being in balance about the way we're looking at things this week, remembering that there is an ebb and flow that is part of our human life. You can prove it to yourself by just thinking about however many years you have on this planet, this go round. Think about all the ebbs and flows, all the ups and downs. And sometimes they're not split up like that. I've had experiences, and maybe you have too, where we can be going through something really hard in our lives or in our family or in our work. And there's also simultaneously something really special happening in our lives or really wonderful happening, for us or for someone close to us. So it's balancing all of those things and realizing that the sun is just over your shoulder. The sunflowers are still here showing you the way. This red represents life force energy, but really focusing a little bit more on balance across the board this week. Now, this next card came with its own clarifier that just flew out with it. This is the Tower card. I know this card looks scary, but really it has to do with things that need to fall away so that we can build something new. There is something that has been created in our worlds that is not working, that is a mess, to be quite honest, is the way this feels. The clarifier that came with it is, you may, if you've been here long enough, you may have heard me talk about this card before. This card is in the deck just for the reader. It's not technically a card. There is a card like this that's 10 of Swords, but this one, it's backwards in the camera, but it says everything is fine. So letting you know, even if it seems like things are crumbling, even if it seems like chaos out there. And again, I was saying, maybe some of it is monitoring how much news you're taking in, how much social media you're consuming, right? Because we don't want to fill ourselves with fear no matter what we see happening. It's not about being unrealistic. It's about not worrying ourselves into a state of panic and anxiety, because this too shall pass. And anything that is rising up as a challenge is so it can be resolved, healed, made better, made anew for future generations, right? It's not just always about us in our lifetime, even though that's where we can often be focused. So we will see what is going to unroll this week in our collective world or in our lives. But if there is a tower moment, which can kind of often feel like, a moment where, yeah, it's just a really big happening. And it can be the breakdown of a relationship. It can be the loss of a job. It can also be getting a notice. What's coming to my mind is there was a time when I got a notice that the property I was renting was going to be sold in 60 days. I had 60 days to find a new place. It wasn't what I was expecting. It quite honestly wasn't what I was wanting or what I felt like I had time for right then. And it felt like a tower moment where everything all of a sudden became urgent. I was going to have to pack up my house, move my kids, figure out where to put them in school, try to find a rental, which in California has never been super easy. So it can be something like that that's not disastrous, but just feels like upheaval. And it can even be someone else in your kind of little world, someone else in your life that has some tower moment happening for them. But everything is ultimately fine in the grand scheme of things. This is for positive growth forward. We do have the ability and the choice to use any moment that feels hard or feels like something's falling away or like we're losing something to build something new and better and more towards what we actually want. Now, the next card is this 5 of Pentacles. I keep feeling like this might have to do with banking. So again, I'm not an alarmist, but I keep getting, even as I'm saying this, if you keep seeing me look to the side, sometimes that means I'm getting mental images. I keep feeling like perhaps this could be about banking or finances in a more large way. So we'll see. Again, I don't do these types of predictions, but just want to share what I'm getting. So this card, 5 of Pentacles, if you notice, these two people, there's warm light inside, and this kind of looks like a church maybe, or an institution of some kind. They are outside, cold in the snow. They feel unwelcome. They feel shut out. They feel not included in this warmth and abundance that's happening inside. But this card also signifies that they have stepped out on their own terms, meaning whatever the rules are inside this organization, they're not willing to go along to get along, right? They're not willing to participate. So they're out in the cold, but it's by their own choice. 5 has to do with change. So perhaps there's something in your world that you're ready to make a change on that's not going to feel entirely comfortable, right? Maybe this tower is causing you to exit a situation, a relationship, a job, a friendship, for example, which is also a relationship, in a way that is going to be you creating boundaries, you deciding what you want, you deciding what you are and are not willing to work with anymore. And this could be about you changing your feelings, your perspective. Maybe you're tired of whatever this was and you're ready for it to fall away. And it's this attitude of like, I don't care if I have to walk an extra 5 miles, I'm not going to be here. Do you know what I mean? So while it feels challenging, it's actually not bad as far as the energy. It has to do with making change. This next card is more of the same, actually, but it's in a much more calm way. This is the 8 of Cups. And if you notice, this person is taking a journey to go up over these mountains in this moonlight where everything has not quite been revealed yet, but they know maybe they've had this tower moment. They have made some boundaries and made some changes, and now they're realizing, I want to shift the vision for my journey. I want to go in a totally different direction. Even though maybe some elements of what they have been experiencing or what you have been experiencing is fine. Maybe this is the way we've always done it and nothing is, changeable in a way that we want. So we decide we need to go explore a new part of our journey. This really has to do with making some powerful choices. Remember, 8's a power number, meaning we need to be not doing the mental heavy lifting of trying to figure everything out, but we need to be working in the emotions with these cups. We need to be assessing our life path. Are the things in the last couple of years and even the last couple months, the way things are going, is this, I don't want to say in accordance with your plan, because the truth is life is almost never in accordance with our plan if we're honest with each other, but is this the direction you want to keep going? Does this feel like the direction that you want to keep moving? Or is there something else that you're yearning, feeling called to explore, to express, to include? Maybe it's travel for you. Maybe it's reconnecting with a part of yourself from the past, but maybe, just maybe, you're being called on this emotional or spiritual journey forward to really, in a powerful way, step more into who you truly are as a soul, right? And sometimes as human beings, we want to get warm in a cozy little pool of our comfort zone. And it takes the universe sending us a tower moment, making us tired of what is, so we make a change for the new to get us going out on a next segment of our journey. I know that's been true for me in my life. I would love to know if that's been true for you in your life as well. Sometimes it takes a little kick in the pants or a little nudge or a little upheaval to get me going in another direction. Is that true for you too? I think it's true for a lot of us. Let me know. Whatever is rising up in our individual lives this week, or for us as a collective, just know that it is to move us in the direction of our highest and greatest good. So let me know how this is showing up for you this week. If you are not already following my podcast, Spirit Speakeasy, I would love it if you did. You can find it on my website, joyfulmedium.com, in the blog section. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts by just popping in Spirit Speakeasy to the search bar, or it's also on my YouTube channel, Joy Giovanni Psychic Medium. Big hugs, lots of love. We're going to get through this together. And remember, ultimately, everything's going to be fine. Bye for now.